Hi guys, I hope everyone is fine. I am fine too. Thanks for asking. For those that keep asking me in my inboxes, I appreciate the love so much, and I love you back. So today we are going to talk about something so uncomfortable that most people don't want to talk about. But what are we here for if we are not talking about the uncomfortable conversations that everyone keeps avoiding? So today we are going to address the elephant in the room. Things they do not tell you about moving in with your partner. If you've not subscribed, I don't know how you're watching this without subscribing. Consider that, please. And also like, share, and comment so that we make this conversation interactive. Let's get started. So point number one is do not move in with your partner unless you are certain and very sure you know where the relationship is leading. And this is what I mean. If you have dated for 1, 2, 3 months and you have not understood this person, you've not talked about the seriousness of this relationship, where it is going to lead, please do not move in with them, because when you do, it makes everything complicated. And let's be honest, guys, when you move in with your partner, you assume wifely duty even if you are a girlfriend, or husband duties even if you are a boyfriend. I mean, you will start cooking for him, you will start paying rent for her, you will start shopping for her. You know, it gets so complicated. Even when you break up, things cannot be easy. You have bought things together, you have put things, both of you have put, you have in a fridge, he has in a TV, you have in a bed. The whole thing becomes messy, you know. So separation becomes difficult, and in most cases people continue in such toxic relationships because they feel they will lose out much, or it will be messed up when they are moving out. So guys, do not move in unless you're so sure. Point number two is, I wish I knew that men do not arrange things the way we ladies do. I'm sorry, babe. For example, go to the kitchen. He offers to help you clean up the dishes, and then dishes that are supposed to be cleaned up in 5 minutes, he will take an hour cleaning them up. And this is why he will set up his laptop, he wants to play his music. Along the way, someone texts him, then he first handles the conversation. In the meantime, you is waiting for him to finish up so that you can use the kitchen space, but he's not about to finish. And also, I mean, guys, what is wrong with you? He washes and piles dishes, you remove just one fork and everything crumbles down to the ground. I don't know why. Me, each time my partner tells me he wants to help me cook, I am so worried sick, because I know when he's done, the mess I will have to clean up is worse. So in most cases, I'm like, baby, it's okay. It's okay, please. It's okay. It's tricky. If you go to the way they arrange the bedroom, the shoes, they don't care. The stockings, it is always messed up. You panga properly your clothes, he just comes and disorganizes everything looking for just one shirt. You know, men don't just arrange things the way we do. Point number three is constantly talk about money. If you're moving in with your partner, or if you have already moved in and you have not considered this, please consider it. It is very important. This is one thing that brings confusion, fights, breakups in so many relationships. You know, for example, who is responsible for what? Who will pay the rent? Who will buy the food? Who will pay the water? Who will pay the electricity bill? Who will buy the different things in the house? I mean, you may not necessarily disclose your total salary, because I know so many people have a problem with that. But talk about it. Talk about what you will be handling, so that you do not expect me to do ABC, and when I don't, then it becomes a fight. Because at a certain point, he could lose a job and you're supposed to pay the rent, or you could lose a job, you are supposed to depend on him entirely for that season. So it is important to talk about it. Avoid all the fights. Number five is, compromise is a must. So guys, if you are considering moving in with your partner, or if you're getting married and you're where you're brought up, definitely your thoughts on things are totally different. And this is why we have grown up in different environments. Why he's brought up is not why you're brought up. Definitely, they are bound to bring some fights in the marriage or in the relationships. In our households, we have had compromise on a lot of things, and I have an issue with edges, and he always reminds me, why do you put a glass towards the end of the table. When someone is passing, it is going to fall down each and every time. And I don't know why I do it, but that's me. My phone is always at the edge. My glass is already at the edge. My cup is always put at the edge. I mean, anytime you pass by, you can knock it and it falls down. I just don't know why I forget, and we are always fighting about that. He's always complaining about why I don't put off the switch at the gas cooker. And I forget, guys. So here is, I don't know. If I leave it on, does it consume more power or does it? I don't know, but I always forget, so we always fight about that. And I always forget and put the water in the fridge. And he complains because he doesn't like that cold water. And I keep forgetting. In the same sense, I have had compromise with him on how he arranges his shoes, for example. Like, babe, each time you come, put the shoes on the shoe rack so that they will be easily cleaned from there. And he just leaves them at that door. So if you're not ready to compromise, my sister, my brother, please don't consider that option of moving in. Number 6 is that men have the ability to sleep so soundly even when you've had a fight. Guys, how do you sleep when you've had a fight? Just a minute back, we were talking about ABC. We didn't agree. I am so angry. And for him, in the next minute, you hear he's snoring. Guys, he is already snoring. And me, I'm thinking, how are you even able to sleep if you've not resolved this thing? Men will sleep. And because of that, I have had to understand in a hard way that he's going nowhere and I'm going nowhere, and tomorrow is there and this thing will be sorted tomorrow or the next day, or even when he wakes up in the middle of the night. So just because you've not resolved something does not mean he will not sleep, or just because you cannot get sleep because something is disturbing you, he should not sleep too. Because let's be honest, at some point he will have an issue that he's unable to sleep and you'll be just snoring next to him. Another thing that we should know before we move in with our partners is to say thank you. I know someone is saying, but that is obvious. Yes, it is obvious, but again, it is not obvious. Guys, here is the thing. When you move in with your partner, when you move in with your husband or your wife, we tend to take things for granted. Things that you used to feel like, oh wow, he's done that. Thank you, babe. Change because you feel it is his duty, he's supposed to do it. And we stop saying the word thank you. And it means so much, so much to your partner. For example, I mean, if you cooked the food and he ate and he didn't say thank you, how would you feel? If he remembered that he stole your phone the other day and he came with a phone and you don't say thank you because you assume he's supposed to get it anyway, how would you feel if it is you? So guys, let's learn to say more thank you than you are doing it, because I mean, it is very important and we should not take it for granted, because at the end of the day, he or she may have an option of not doing it, but they choose to do it because they value you, because they honor you, because they respect you, and they love you so much. Another point is things will not be the same as before you moved in. Let me try to explain this. If before you are not cooking, guys, let's be honest and say that you will start cooking, because you cannot keep eating out every day. How expensive is that? Or if you were taking these clothes to the laundry machine for cleaning up, guys, you cannot do that for 2 people. That is a lot of money. Unless you have money, of course, it is okay, it is allowed. Feel free to do that anytime you want. If I moved in with my husband, like each time we met, we were looking forward to having sex. Sex in the morning, sex for lunch, sex for supper, sex for the night, like sex, and more sex, guys. Like all the time you met, you are just looking forward to it. But now that we have moved in together, it is not the same. I remember the first time he entered the bed and he was like, "Good night, babe." I said, "Okay, what's not happening? You mean you are already tired of me that fast?" But then you realize you cannot do it every day, guys. You cannot do it every day. And there are more ways you get intimate than just having sex. For example, when you eat breakfast together, when you have supper together, when you go out on date nights together, that is more bonding than just sex. And so things cannot be the same. Now, this point is going out to my fellow women. Please try and be clean during your menstrual periods. I know this is like the obvious thing. Someone will be like, but that is what we are supposed to do. Yes, that is what we are supposed to do. Your man already knows that you are a woman, and definitely every end of month, you go into your periods. But just because he knows that, you don't have to keep showing him evidence by leaving spots of your period everywhere you stay. When you go to the bathroom, before you leave, try checking each and every corner so that you wipe it. Please be tidy. He really doesn't have to see. And for some reason, it's like men have mastered the calendar into their heads. In that, if you miss, they'll be like, "Babe, you've missed for 2 days. You're not going into your periods." For some reason, they know. They know. I don't mean that you should be shy that you're in your period. No. Be proud because you are a woman. Because other than that, how are you supposed to get pregnant? You can even send him for pads or sanitary towels or whatever you want to use. But all I'm saying is, please be tidy. This other point is about doing a number 2 in the house. Number 1 is definitely going to urinate, and number 2, you know what I mean after urinating. Okay, let's be honest, these 2 always come along after another. Yes. Okay, now having put that aside, I still have issues with doing a number 2 in this house because I don't want him to hear me. Yes, I said it. I feel like if he hears me, his perception of me may change. But that aside, guys, I don't want him to smell my shit. I don't want him to hear me. No, I don't want him to even know that I have gone there to do. I always make sure by the time I'm going to do that, he is in the bedroom sleeping, like deep asleep, so that he doesn't hear anything. Or he is playing his loud music and I am so certain that he's not going to hear me. Or that he's in the kitchen and he's not going to hear anything. And again, of course, I first put freshener, what, so that nothing. The hassle that we go through, we women, to do a number 2 is real. But here's the thing. For him, he doesn't give a damn. He will just go there, do his shit, and come back. You will hear the sound. It is okay. You will smell whatever you have to smell. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn. He will actually tell you, "Babe, I'm going for walk. Just know, yeah, don't look for me. I have gone to poo." Just like that, he will say it. He doesn't care. If you're out there, just prepare on the way you will deal around it. Another point is, inviting visitors at home is not the same. When I was still living alone, guys, I would invite my girls, my friends, anytime. Anytime they showed up, it was well. But now that I am living with my husband, you don't just show up just like that. No, you must announce. And then I also have to announce to him so that he knows I have people who are coming. I do not have to inconvenience him when he's around. So it's a plot, it's a plan that I have to look forward for the time he will be home or he may not be home, or for the weekend that he will be gone so that my girls can come and we have fun. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, it is not only your house, both of you share this space, and you must respect the person you're sharing this space with. Same thing, he will let me know tomorrow on Saturday my boys are going to be around, so do ABC, or you can do, he will let you know, because it is not the same. Number 11, my ladies, please do not spend money on home improvement in a man's house, especially if your relationship is not defined. If you are married, well and good, you can spend money on improving the home, buying flowers, more folks, more, because that is your home. But if you are dating this person, you do not spend money on in the home, on buying things that are not there. Because when you break up, it can be messy. So please, ladies, your job is to see what is missing. His job is to actually give you money to buy what is missing. In case there is a misunderstanding, you can just move. And then lastly, be ready to say sorry for the things that you've not done. Yes, that's the reality. Recently, I was attending a friend's traditional wedding. Wow. And the mother said, "My daughter, my son, if you're not ready, say sorry for the things that you've not done, but also for the things that you've done, then I feel you should not go ahead and do this because you're not ready for it." And it made a lot of sense. Guys, a lot of the time, if you move in with your partner, with your wife, with your husband, a lot of things will be accused of you that you've not done. And if you're not in position to say sorry, please do not move in. because it will happen. We will accuse you. You will be out with your boys and will say you're with women. You will be stuck in jam and he will say you were with another man. You will be going to visit your parents and he will see you visiting someone else. And for you to bring harmony in your family, you have to say sorry. Because if you don't, then that is the beginning of a fight, even for the things that you've not done. And if you've watched this video from the beginning up to now, you're my MVP for this month. Thank you very much for liking this channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting. And if you've not subscribed, you are cheating on us, please. Kindly hit that subscribe button at this corner or at this corner. I don't know, this corner or this corner. And let's grow this family. Thank you so much for loving me. I love you so much. God bless you. Till next time. Bye bye.